the communist girls. He came back as flaming insane, left-wing maniac, William Kunstler. In other words, if you think ACLU, think the grandfather of the ACLU. Not the great-grandfather who founded it, but the grandfather maniac, America family-hating man, William Kunstler. Allen Ginsberg, degenerate psychopath, man-boy lover, all-around bad person, hoodwinked tens of thousands of brilliant people into thinking that was the holy way to go, which was the evil way to go. Then the third one was Timothy Leary, Harvard psychologist, who drugged an entire generation with turn on, tune in, drop out. So there's three individuals, Kunstler, Ginsberg, Leary, who destroyed America. I lay it at their feet. These three evil people are why we are where we are today. So those three people lay the groundwork. They break society down. We have an anti-war movement stirred up by Walter Krankenhaus. You know him as Walter Cronkite and the other wobblies in the media. You then have Bill Ayers. You then have this guy Jones, Jeff Jones, and others, Weather Underground. Now take the pen and create an arc. Go from 1969, 2009. Now you have Acorn. Now you have Obama. Now you have a shadow cabinet of unelected, unappointed, no background cleared individuals surrounding the president. He meets with them regularly. He doesn't meet with the regular cabinet but once since he was elected. Who's running the country? They're running the country. Do you understand what the hell I'm saying to you? Don't you understand the danger we're in? We have a group of communist radicals who've taken over America. Only they can't do it overnight. They got to hoodwink you. Centerpiece is always medical care. Always health care. Always health care. Always health care. One of the first things Castro did after rounding up the people he fought with and putting them in prison, notice what I just said. After Fidel Castro, the lawyer, took over Cuba with his band of criminals, after arresting the men he fought with, some of them putting them in prison and shooting them because they were competitors to him and they didn't want a communist revolution, they wanted a true revolution, he was a gangster. So he shot the real revolutionaries, and the gangster Castro brothers took over Cuba. One of the first things Castro did was introduce universal health care. The reason I know this is because I once met a communist doctor in Hawaii who was obsessed with health care. And he was obsessed with it to the point of trying to sell everybody on how we needed universal health care, single-payer universal health care. It's what all dictators do immediately. Now you say, well, why do they do that? Aren't they just Robin Hoods who want to give to the poor, take from the rich, and give to the poor? No, it's a way of controlling you. If the government controls health care from cradle to grave, and there's only a certain amount of health care they can give out, they can control you. They can control you with the medication. They can control you with the doctoring. They can control you with the amount of visits. They can control you with the surgery you get or don't get. They can control you with the senior care or no care. And, more importantly, they own your medical records. Then the liberals have been obsessed with privacy for years, but they're not saying one word about a group of degenerate, evil communist left-wingers controlling your medical records, centralized bank of medical records. Your psychiatrist, your psychologist, your social worker, all private now will fall into the hands of evil, degenerate terrorists who will control you. They will know everything about you. So if you liberals think that you're in favor of health care, universal health care, you better think twice. Because if you want everyone in the world to know what you tell your psychiatrist, you're on the road to exposure. Get it? Well, you better get it, because I know more about it than you do. I know more about it than you do, because you've been done like a Purdue chicken. Ilya in New York, WOR, welcome to the Savage Nation.
Hi, Dr. Savage. I just wanted to tell you I really appreciate so much everything you're doing, and I love your show today. I loved it yesterday. I love when you start doing the free word association and you just start going off and telling it like it is. Just thank
you. See, people think I'm just being entertaining, but if you actually listen to the songs, the tone poems that I'm doing, or you want to call it rap, whatever you want to do, it's like I'm actually trying to explain things in a different way rather than linear, two-dimensional. I'm using 4 or 5 dimensions.
Awesome. I love it. Keep it up.
And what age bracket are you in, Ilya?
I am 44.
I would have thought you were 24.
I wish.
No, because when I do this rap stuff, a lot of people turn the show off. They're very stuck in the mud, monodimensional. They may like my politics, but they don't follow it. They don't understand it. And they get freaked out. So, Ilya, I'm going to send you a copy of Banned in What? If you name it. Yes. But you got to wait about 6 to 8 weeks for it. Stay on the line. We'll get your address. Anyone else who gets up on the show today gets the free copy. Quickly, New York, OR, Tom, go ahead, fire away.
Yeah, Michael, on June 9th, 1970, I was in police headquarters when Bill Ayers put 15 sticks of dynamite into the second floor bathroom and blew up the second floor. And when I found out that Obama was...
How could his friends now be surrounding Obama as czars? How did they get away with this? How'd they get this far, Tom? How'd they get this far, Tom?
You know what it is? We're sleeping.
Stay on the line. Yeah, I know what it is. I know what it is.
Talk 910 KNEW. Here's Michael Savage.
I'm cocaine. Casey Jones, you better watch your speed. Trouble ahead.
Quies custodiet ipsos custodes. Pardon my Latin. Let me say that again. Turn off Casey Jones. That's the theme song of the czars now in America, the Casey Jones song. Those of you who know what it is. We now have the Red Diaper Doper Babies running America, RDDBs. Red Diaper Doper Babies. Red Diaper Doper Babies. Red Diaper Babies who then took dope. They'd like to put you into a mill and grind you up and spit you out. 30 million gone, and they have the perfect society, which is the society without any opposition that Harry Reid and Nancy Pelosi dream about. Quies custodiet ipsos custodes. Pardon my Latin. I only know botanical Latin, and I'm, after all, only from the Bronx, so therefore give me a break. Have some compassion for me. I'm not as bright as liberals who went to grade school. Quies custodiet ipsos custodes, Latin phrase from the Roman poet Juvenal, which says, who watches the watchmen, or who watches the watchers, or who will guard the guards, or who shall watch the watchers themselves? The answer is not us. We can't. Quies custodiet ipsos custodes. Who shall watch the watchers? The answer is not us. Why, the media was supposed to do that. The media was supposed to do that. See, the media was supposed to watch the watchers. You see, the media is supposed to be the watchers of the watchers, but the media is a compliant group of gum. Think of gum. Think of Nutty Putty. Think of Bouncing Nutty Putty. Then think of Tom Brokaw, and think of all of those in the media who are simply Nutty Putty in the hands of Bill Ayers and his friends. So who will guard the guards? Who shall watch the watchers themselves? The answer is we the people. End of story. And the day you stop watching is the day they take over, and that's when the fun begins. That's when the fun begins. That's when the fun begins in this country, is when they take total power. If you think you've seen revolution in this country, you've seen nothing yet. You haven't seen what Bill Ayers and his friends would like to do to you. You haven't seen it? Go watch the movie about Cambodia. You'll get a closer view. A real close view. It won't be a movie. It'll be a snapshot of a mountain of skulls. Tom in New York, WOR, go ahead, please. What's on your mind?
Yeah, on June 9, 1970, I was in police headquarters when Bill Ayers put 15 sticks of dynamite in the second floor bathroom and blew up this whole second floor of police headquarters. And when I found out Obama was associated with him, I said, oh, my God, they're back in power again. It's like...
But, Tom, they're not back in power again. They now have the presidency. That man, every time he goes on Air Force One, I want to throw a brick through the screen. I say he's an imposter. He knows he doesn't belong there. He's faking it. He cannot believe it. He cannot believe it. He has Marines saluting him, a guy who's anti-military and anti-war. How is this possible?
It's possible because the American people don't realize when something walks like a red duck and it quacks like a red duck, it is a red duck. And
Tom, you get a free copy of what? Banned in?
I'm sorry,
what's the name of my book? If you name it, you get it. Sorry. Yeah, you didn't get it. Remember, if you get on the show and I say you got to name the book to get a free copy, otherwise I can't give it to you. Okay, we go on now. Marilyn in Florida. Next up, you're on the Savage Nation. Go ahead, please.
Good talking to you, Michael. I mean, they own our colleges and universities. They've been working at that for 40 years.
They worked the hearts and minds since the 1960s. I knew many of them. They were all very evil people. I knew the leftists. All they wanted to do was steal your dope and do your wife. They wanted to steal your girlfriend and steal your dope. They were degenerates. They were evil. They're now running virtually everything.
Exactly. When my son graduated with a double Ivy, his undergrad in Cornell, his graduate at UPenn, both in Near Eastern Studies, which means he studied Arabic. Do you know what his oral test was at UPenn? wanting to know
No.
what his views were on
Take it
abortion.
down.
Now, what does abortion have to do with Arabic? Well, they're wanting to see if he is liberal or if he is right-wing.
He
And
studied
Ryan
Arabic, and the final exam was on abortion?
wanting to know in his oral test, asking him in Arabic his views on abortion.
Now, wait a minute. In which university is this?
University of Pennsylvania.
The once great University of Pennsylvania.
Exactly the one.
The once great University of Pennsylvania, U of P, a once elite city on a hill, has now become nothing but a trash heap. And it was radicalized in the 1960s by the Bill Ayers, Van Jones type, the Jeff Jones types. They now run the universities, don't they?
Interested in wanting to know kids' political persuasion, to wanting to know what kind of grades they should give these kids. It's absolutely
It's
astounding.
frightening. It's just frightening. You win a free copy of what?
Banned in Britain.
Bingo. Stay on the line. You get it. You see, there's a smart woman.